In the previous video, we went back in time to review the journey we went through as an amateur sim racing driver, a journey which started a little more than a year ago. But we didn't fight on the racing tracks only, we also fought in the air, and today we'll go back in time once more to review the journey as a War Thunder fighter pilot. Follow me and get airborne, weapons free! Salute and welcome to the Fighter Driver channel. I'm Gabriel Oliveira, the Fighter Driver, and we're now trying to spade the F4U4B video, bringing this process coming here in the channel soon. But now we'll go back in time and check out everything that happened since our first War Thunder video. But before we do so, I want to thank every single one of you who are here after an entire year watching and living this process with us. And the newcomers as well. We've just beaten the meta of 100 subs here on the channel and in our profile page on Instagram. We're 101 now. That's awesome, folks. Thank you so much. If we're here today after an entire year, it's because of you all who follow and support our efforts to bring you content that might be interesting, useful, or even funny to you. So be sure to smash the like button, to share this video with everyone you know who likes War Thunder and aircombatsim, and to subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet. Let's seek the new meta of 500 subs and keep your heads up because we'll bring very interesting things for the community as a way to retribute your support. Coming soon! So, our first interaction with War Thunder happened on September 5th, 2023. Man, I gotta say, those first battles were funny. I was a total noob in War Thunder, could barely make turns using the keyboard, no aiming skills, so that first contact was basically crash and burn or turn and burn. To make things worse, I come from many years flying and fighting in Falcon BMS, and I have the intention to get back flying it. I just didn't do it yet because I don't have a stick anymore and can't afford one right now, but that's another story. And BMS is the most hardcore combat simulator I've ever seen. Everything there is way different from War Thunder, so it got me some time to get used to how things work in it. Long story short, those first flights were a disaster, but it was funny to watch my noobiness. In the second episode, I tried to fly from inside the cockpit, as that's how I used to fly when flying the F-16s in Falcon BMS. Again, everything is different here in War Thunder, and soon I realized that without a stick and a head tracker, that wouldn't work in War Thunder. So I soon gave up on that idea and showed that the noobiness was still the rule. There was lack of aiming skills, mid-air collisions, and I even tried some ground pounding with ineffective results. In the third episode, things started getting a little better, as I managed to get a reasonable keyboard map and started learning how to maneuver the aircraft using the keyboard. I also started flying the F2A1 Buffalo and gave it an exclusive skin which would become a standard later on. It's good to mention that by then, we'd call ourselves the Fighter Driver FDE Sports, not FDAX. That change would come later on. There were many things yet to be learned, as how to look around and how to record the gameplays in real time, so we moved on. On the episode number 4, we started using OBS to record the battles in real time. We also started learning some more things about War Thunder and got a little improvement in terms of skill. Still a noob, but slowly improving. I even tried to establish some basic rules and develop some discipline to keep myself strict to those rules, which brought good results. First, hunting bombers and attack planes at high altitudes, and then we even started winning some fights against fighters. But when it comes to discipline, it's easier said than done. We would still make lots of mistakes, the lack of skill was still present, so much yet to learn, and the persistent lag was almost always present, surely affecting the performance. We will do our best to solve those issues before the 5th episode. When the episode number 5 came, we brought with it 2 new naval fighters, the FRF Wildcats. As you can see, I was completely focused on the American Navy's Tech 3 and if it was dependent on me, I'd just fly it. But it ain't possible. We'll talk about it later on in this video. The Wildcats brought improvement in performance, and our skills were improving as well, slowly but steadily. I also kept my effort to stick to the rules. Discipline is key. Were we becoming an ace? Of course not. They're far from it, but better results were coming from our efforts. Now the lag and stuttering problems were still very present, and even today I suffer with it from time to time. Actually, I'm planning to bring y'all a video talking specifically about hardware issues, and it's gonna be very interesting from many different perspectives. So the episode number 6 came in, and with it, the first FRU Corsairs. The Corsair family is still my favorite aircraft to fly with. It's my first choice when fighting with the Navy Tech Tree, especially the FRU 4s. There was a lot of boom and zoom and hit and run against the enemy bombers and attack planes. The FRU-1A proved to be a very good fighter in this kind of engagement. It's hard to climb to the high altitudes, but once you're there, if you're disciplined and stick to the plan, oh boy. The episode number 7 brought more FRU-1A Corsairs, and something funny happened. In the beginning of the video, I said I was a bad skilled fighter. Bad skilled fighter. But some people understood that a skilled fighter, and some comments like these came. Oh, I should have said badly. Maybe that mistake from my part caused the confusion. And yeah, I was still a noob, I'd still miss shots playing arcade games, but I think it's unfair to say arcade players are badly skilled players when compared to realistic players. Both modes require a lot of skill, and in some aspects playing arcade is even harder due to the intensity of the battles. I mean, try to fight an entire arcade battle without being splashed by the enemies and at the same time scoring kills. I made a specific video talking about it. We'll talk more about it later on in this video. We kept hunting bombers and attack planes in high altitudes, but also engaged in fights against enemy fighters, and in the end there was an amazing vertical fight against a very skilled BF-109 fighter. Bravo Zulu! Then, the next episode came, and with it, the F6F5 Hellcat. It's a very good Navy fighter, I liked flying with it a lot, but I still prefer the Corsairs. In the episode number 9, we got airborne for our first realistic battles. We've flown with the F6F5s and the F3-1A. In most of the battles, I got beaten really bad by the enemies. In some moments, I even was able to engage in some good fights, 1 versus 1 fights, but then I'd see myself surrounded by enemies. So it wasn't a good first time flying realistic after all, it just showed me that I knew nothing about War Thunder. 2024 came, and with the new year also came a special video talking about the expectations for 2024, and there was some War Thunder Air Combat in it. I had the honor to fly with Vinny Dutra, who still fly with us from time to time. He is part of a small community we've been keeping on Discord, and if you want to join, have some fun airborne with us, you just have to get the invitation and join up. We're waiting for you there. And when you finish doing so, enjoy the moment and follow us on Instagram as well. and be sure to smash the like button to share this video with everyone you know who likes War Thunder and aircombatsims, and to subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet. Fast and easy, you accomplish this mission and help us a lot by doing so. After it came the episode number 10, in which we had already changed our acronym to FDAX and talked about the differences between arcade and realistic battles, and it was the most watched video of the channel with more than 2,000 views. The conclusion I came from it all was there's no better game mode. Both are good with strong and weak points, and each one should just play what they like the best. For now, I particularly prefer playing arcade. Realistic is nice, but I believe I'd like it more if playing with a control stick instead of using the keyboard and mouse. In the end, there was one of the best fights I've ever fought in War Thunder against an extremely skilled fighter in a BF-109. Too bad I hadn't seen him flying lately, but I tell you, Mr. Lima, you can be my wingman anytime. Whenever you're airborne, just call me in our server on Discord and I will get airborne with you. In episode 11, we got our hands on the F8F1 Burkett. In that episode, we showed how we make our skins using CorelDRAW and why we use it instead of the other more commonly used image editors such as Photoshop or GIMP. The episode number 12 was divided in two parts and brought a challenge to myself. I was supposed to get 5 bandits splashed in one arcade battle, and at the same time I couldn't die during the match, not a single time. In the first part, we flew the F6F5N, which performs a little worse than the F6F5, but is equipped with a radar and 220mm cannons. Well, we didn't accomplish the mission with the Hellcat, so we came up with the FRU-4 Corsair with no cannons, but with much better performance when it comes to climb rate, speed, and maneuverability. Basically, the best non-premium Corsair in the Navy Tech tree together with the FRU-4B. We faced bombers, attack planes, and enemy fighters, and we were killed only once, so we survived all the other fights, primary objective achieved, and almost got the secondary objective, as in the best fight we got 4 bandits splashed, almost 5, but the battle was over before we could splash the 5th one. And I am sure I can do that with the FRU4. Okay, I hope in a later episode we can do that. In the second part, we brought the F8F1 and its 50 cal pods to the battle. Even with the pods installed, the Bearcat is a flying monster, very fast and with the best climb rate in the Navy's Tech tree so far. Its only problem is bleeding energy very fast when in turn fights, especially in vertical fights. So we tried it 5 times and got the mission accomplished during the 5th attempt. This mission almost failed, as when I was attacking the 5th target, my guns went dry and I had a bandit splashed seconds before the mission was over. Bravo, Zulu! In the episode number 13, I got airborne in realistic battles as Jed Bedrock's wingman. I got airborne with the FRU4 while he brought the same plane for the first battle, but later on he also brought the P-51D5. It was fun, I even scored some splashes, but I realized I was yet too hesitant and inexperienced. I had so much yet to learn, especially related to realistic battles. In the episode number 14, I kept flying as Jed Bedrock's wingman, but this time I was the one flying the P-51D5 while he was on a Spitfire. Well, my Mustang wasn't wearing a proper F-Taxi skin, but new videos flying the Mustangs with proper skins will come on air really soon. We also brought our radio comms instead of myself commenting it, and I think it was way more interesting that way. But I want to know from you, what do you fighters prefer? Our radio comms, myself commenting on the top, or just the action and voice silence? Leave a comment and tell us what you think. It's been a while since the last time we flew together, and I haven't flown so much lately as my free time is very short, but I hope we can get airborne together again very soon, my friend Mr. Bedrock. And if you don't know his channel on YouTube yet, I'll recommend you to pass by there and take a look. There are some awesome videos with Jed flying realistic battles there. The pal is a fighter pilot. Then we finally arrive at the episode number 15, which was divided in 3 parts, all of them dedicated to the P-38 Lightning. First the P-51D5 with no F-Taxi skin, now the Lightnings with the official F-Taxi skin. The Air Force Tech tree was being flown by us officially. The first part brought some good arcade battles we've flown with the P-38E, in which we even got a 5-against-0 score. The second part brought some good arcade battles we've flown with the P-38G1, and despite the fact that the later version performs better, the results were good, but not so good as the ones with the P-38E. The final episode brought both the versions E and G to the realistic battles, and I even flown some of them with Vinny Dutra again. Always very nice to fly with you, my friend. If you don't know Vinicius Dutra's channel on YouTube, it's called Sagittarius A there. I will leave the links here as well so you can go there and take a visit. There are very nice videos of him flying in arcade battles, realistic battles. These videos are always very fun, okay? So I do recommend you watching them. After an entire year of flying War Thunder, I still consider myself a noob, and there is so much to learn, so much discipline to develop. But hey, we have learned something and could even pull some tricks from our hats from time to time. All this experience was valid after all, and we'll keep pushing forward, seeking for evolution. With your help, we can keep going, learn even more, make this journey even further and this community even stronger. So make sure to hit the like button, share this video with your friends who like War Thunder and aircom games and sims, and subscribe to the channel in order to keep following this journey with us. What about you? How has your journey through War Thunder been so far? Leave a comment sharing with us your experiences and thoughts about it, and don't forget to activate the notifications bell so you receive the notifications every time there is a new video here on the channel. I appreciate you who followed me so far. Salute, and I see you on the next mission.